Welcome to the last edition of the monthly supplement. Having produced 14 monthly and 57 weekly supplements over the last 2.5 years, we've decided that this season of programmes has now come to an end. In this final programme, we'll be hearing about how some of us have enjoyed our time at New Wine this year, from Sarah about our after-school club, and from Rob about what our children have been learning at Soul Kids.
During the month of July, in Soul Kids, we have carried on looking at the book of Ephesians and what it means to have a real faith in Jesus. We looked at the story of how God chose David to be king and Samuel thought to be one of the good-looking, strong brothers. But 1 Samuel 16 says, "People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." We talked about how God wants to use us to do big things for Him. We also looked at the story of Jesus and the sinful woman and the Pharisees. Ephesians 4 verse 2 says, "Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love." We learned 3 awesome ways to treat others like Jesus. We can be humble, gentle, and patient, like a turtle. We also had time to play a few games to keep cool in the heat wave too.
It's been a special year at Little Ones, being able to offer baby group, toy library and a general toddler group. We've had lots of amazing crafts and lots of fun singing and playtimes. The toy library has been really popular this year. To end our year, we had an end of term party and we handed out a special book to each of the children who will be moving on to school in September.
Just as a city situated on a mountaintop cannot be hidden, so nobody lights a lamp and places it under a bushel basket, putting it instead on a lampstand in order that it might shed light throughout the house. Similarly, let your light shine before others, so that they may see the good deeds you do and give glory to your Father in heaven. There is something reassuring about light, isn't there? You see, I remember as a child how I always liked to have a light left on when I went to bed, and many children today like to have a night light left on throughout the hours of darkness. No wonder then that light is a symbol shared by almost every religion and by many movements and organisations that profess no faith at all. You see, within the Christian faith, there are few more enduring or better loved images than that of Jesus coming as the light of the world. See, the picture Jesus paints here, however, is rather different, and one that comes as something of a shock, for it stands the image on its head. You are the light of the world, he tells us, and suddenly, as well as receiving light, we are those called to illuminate the lives of others. It reminds us that faith involves give as well as take, responsibility as well as privilege, service as well as reward. It's not all down to us, of course. It's ultimately the light of Christ that must shine through us. But if we think we can have one without the other, then it's time to ask some searching questions of our faith, for we may just find that we've taken a step back into the darkness.
At After School Club for the end of year, we celebrated with a teddy bear's picnic. all the kids brought their teddies along to play games, and to have a teddy bear's picnic. They made teddy bear sandwiches, and decorated teddy bear biscuits. At the end of the session, we had to say goodbye to Will, Tima and Keon.
All tucked up at 5 in the morning.
Hey, it's New Wine Day, we're in the car, it's 8:45 and we're on our way.
And it's a beautiful sunny morning.
We've had a great week at New Wine. I think one of the things I've most appreciated is just stepping out of the comfort zone, just doing something a bit different, doing something new as a family.
Lord, it was just lovely. But I really have to thank the Lord. He started me off at one point and took me on a journey each day, the next step of the journey to where I am now. And his presence, I just seek his presence and want his presence all the time. It was just wonderful.
I've thoroughly enjoyed everything about New Wine. Obviously, I love worshipping with thousands of other people in the main arena, just enjoying the kind of big band worship and the sort of celebratory party kind of environment of worship. I've loved just having that space and time to reflect and connect with God just for myself in worship, rather than it being about leading other people into worship. I've loved going to different seminars, and I feel like I've been challenged in different ways through things I've learned there. And I've thoroughly enjoyed seeing my children experience New Wine for the first time too, seeing them going off to their groups and making new friends and just taking themselves off around the site and doing different things.
Thank you for being with us. And can I once again thank every one of you for your contributions towards this programme. In some ways it will be sad to lay this ministry down, but in others it'll be exciting to see where God leads us all next.